Yo, what's going on YouTube? Energetic here. So today's video I have a full assault rifle guide. I'm going to be going over all the assault rifles and just telling you the stats and the strengths and weaknesses of each of the guns. Now I'm only going to be doing the base weapons, the ones that were in the game from the beginning, from day one. And I'll just be talking about how you can use these in a game, like the playstyle that you want to run with these guns. And yeah. Also, let me know if you want me to do this with the SMGs. If you like this, maybe you want to see me do this with the SMGs. And I'll see if I could get around to it. You know, if I have time and stuff, I'll try to get it done. So for the first gun, we have the Rampart 17. The Rampart 17 has a magazine size of 30. The rate of fire is 529 rounds per minute, which is the lowest of all the assault rifles. The ADS speed is 0.30 seconds. And the reload time is 1.02 on a fast reload and 1.72 on a standard reload. Now for the playstyle for the Rampart is one of the guns that you really can't play too aggressive with. You can kind of make it work if you have high cal and high cal 2 equipped, but other than that you can't really make it work too much, just because it has the slowest rate of fire with all the assault rifles, and people are going to be using SMGs and all that, you know, so you can't really play too aggressive with it. The way you want to play with this is you kind of want to patrol the map, play from a distance, you know, don't be too close, because you're going to get outgunned by most of the other guns in the game, unless you have really good aim and you hit them in the head and upper chest with high cal and high cal 2, but that's a very situational thing. So if other than that, you're not really going to be winning most of your gunfights up close. You want to stay from a range and just keep shooting them, you know, keep putting pressure on the enemies, and that's the best way you can be effective with this gun. For the next gun, we have the Mattox. The Mattox is probably one of my favorite guns in the game. And as it is for a lot of people, you know, this is one of the sweat weapons that everyone talks about. The Mattox, the magazine size is a 40. The rate of fire is 746 rounds per minute. The ADS speed is 0.30 seconds standard, 0.27 seconds with quick draw, and 0.17 with quick draw 2. Once you put on quick draw 2, this gun has a faster ADS speed than all of the SMGs. The reload time is 1.07 seconds on a fast reload, and on a standard reload it's 1.77 seconds. So for the playstyle with the Mattox, you can play this like an SMG, because this gun is really good and it plays like an SMG. It has a big magazine size, the biggest one of all the assault rifles, so you can be aggressive. And if you have fast mags on it with a 40 magazine size, like, you can really go to work with this and just keep pushing the enemy, putting pressure, being aggressive. Since it has the highest rate of fire, you can definitely play like an SMG. Like, I don't know how this gun is not an SMG. It basically is. But it's also is good at really good at mid-range too. At long range is when it kind of starts to fall off a little bit. But yeah. So for the next gun, we have the Vapor. The Vapor and the Mattox are very similar. The stats for the Vapor are 35 magazine size, 667 rounds per minute is the rate of fire, and 700, it goes up to 712 when you put rapid fire on it. The ADS speed is a 0.30. The reload time is 0.98, and on fast reload 1.47 on a standard reload. Now for the Vapor, how do you want to play with the Vapor? The Vapor is also like an SMG, but it's more like a hybrid assault rifle and SMG. That's how I see it. The Vapor is better at range than the Mattox, but it has a slower rate of fire, but it's also pretty good in close range. Like, don't sleep on the Vapor in a close range engagement. But you can play it more from a distance if you want to, but you can also be aggressive with this gun, so you can kind of do both. Like I said, it's a hybrid weapon, so you can play however you want with it. The Vapor is a really good gun. With the right attachments, you can really make this gun become really good. For the next weapon, we have the KN57. The KN57's stats are as follows. It has a 35 magazine size. The rate of fire is 570 rounds per minute, 606 when you put rapid fire on it. The ADS speed is 0.30 seconds. It goes down to 0.27 when you equip quick draw. And the reload time is 1 second on a fast reload and 1.58 seconds on a standard reload. Now for the KN57, you can play this gun however you want. It depends what attachments you have. You can be aggressive with this gun, but you also have to be careful because it's not really one of the fastest firing assault rifles. But you can also be passive with it. Like, you can do whatever you want. It depends how your gun is decked out. Me personally, I play kind of both. I don't play one or the other. I play kind of both. I mean, I guess it depends on the lobby. If they're really bad, I'll play aggressive. But for the most part, I'll just play both. I'll be passive and aggressive when I feel like I need to be, because that's just how this gun is. It's like a mix, It's almost like the Vapor, that you can play both, but it has more range than the Vapor, the slower fire rate, so they're kind of similar. But for the next gun, we have the ICR. The stats are the ICR are as follows: 35 magazine size, 615 rounds per minute is the rate of fire. The ADS speed is 0.30 seconds. With quick draw, it becomes 0.27. The reload time is 1.32 seconds. So the ICR is one of my least favorite assault rifles. Now, actually, it is my least favorite assault rifle because it's gonna sound dumb, but it is so accurate. Like, it is too accurate for me. And what I mean by that is, when this game first came out, I used to love the ICR. It was my favorite weapon. But as I started to use other weapons and I started to get better at adjusting to recoil and getting used to it, and I went back to the ICR, I was like, man, this gun is not the same, man, because it's just so accurate. Like, I expect there to be recoil on my guns now, and so I take that into account when I'm shooting someone. But when I use the ICR, there's absolutely none, and I just die. Like, it's not really my ideal weapon anymore, but it's still a good gun, I guess. But I just don't really use it like that because it's too accurate, and at the same time, the rate of fire is slow. So you can't really play aggressive with this gun at all. You really have to play passive. You really have to play from a distance because you're going to get outgunned every single time. With the Rampart, you can kind of make it work just because it has high damage. But with the ICR, it's weaker, so you can't really do that. But yeah, that's it for all the assault rifles. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 50. I'm trying to hit 50 subscribers. So if you can help me hit 50 subscribers, that would be great. I really appreciate that, If you want to see me do this with the SMGs, let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can get around to it. I'll really try to make it done. If you guys request it, I'll try to get it done. This video was requested by someone, so shout out to that person for requesting the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.